All right, so I'm gonna share with you exactly how to build a perfect client acquisition system for inbound. And if by the end of the video you understand all these things, you're gonna feel a lot more clarity on where you need to go to, right? So very first thing is I've been using this for the past 3 years to grow my business, and it has helped me tremendously to make sure that I always reach my monthly goals. So the very first thing you want to understand is that you have one mission, okay, which is to create one repeatable process where it only requires around 1 hour a day of your work and builds a never-ending growth library. What this means is you want something that has consistently working for you. Okay, so basically the more consistent you are, the better results you get just while getting that 1 hour in, okay? And not just something that constantly makes you feel overwhelmed by the amount of work you need to put in, okay? Because here's the thing, most funnel builders I go to or I help, and they tell me, Pedro, I cannot do another thing, another task, and creating more content and add more emails and DMs and stuff like that. That's just too much work. And I kind of asked them first, what do they do right now? How much time do they put into the lead generation? The very first answer that I get is, I don't know. That's the very first thing. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know how much effort they are putting in. The only thing they know is that they feel absolutely tired. Okay, so they don't know why they feel tired. They just know that whatever they're doing right now is making them feel tired. So that's the exact first thing. It's not by adding another piece of content, whatever, because whatever you do is going to make you feel tired. So if you feel that way, this is going to help you out. Okay, you want to create a system where you put in, you feed it, and it's going to create a never-ending thing. This is why YouTube is really amazing tool, because you create one video and it gets you more and more views and guides people to other videos as well. But the problem with YouTube is very long term. Like imagine it around 2 or 4 years. Okay, so until then you need to have something else. So that something else can be LinkedIn, Facebook, or IG, anything that allows you to send DMs to make it more fast, okay? But I'm gonna get there in just a little bit. So how does it really work? So you want something that whenever you feed with 1 hour a day, okay, it gets views. These views, you are building authority and you are growing desire, right? And then this content is going to leave them or guide them to your CTA, whatever it is. It can be book a call or whatever, okay? And then it compounds. The more content you create, the more people attract, the more they're gonna see your past videos, your past content, your past, resources, and the more it compounds. So this is very important, because if you just build something that vanishes in 24 hours, you are getting less results than you should. Okay? If you're building something that nobody else is going to see whenever, that if you build something today and then after 2 or 3 or 4 days nobody else sees, it's not going to compound. It's absolutely important that you need to compound. So this is why platforms like TikTok or IG or YouTube are fundamental, because whenever someone finds your content, they're going to see your other, your post, your profile, they're going to see all the other content, and they're going to go through this cycle of nurturing much faster. Make sense? Now, so this is exactly how it works. You feed it 1 hour a day, it gets views, you need traffic, it builds authority and grows desire because you need people to be interested in what you do, and also it guides your audience to book a call or to go to your CTA because you want people to act, and it compounds so that your work gets more results without investing more time. So this is very fundamental, and there's a few other things right here that you are going to be able to master. Okay, now to do this is where you start. Okay, you want to find your favorite social media platform where your clients hang out. It could be LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, whatever you want to do to allows you to send DMs. It can also be TikTok, but TikTok with DMs is a little bit trickier. Then every day you create a short form content, written video, and a long form content if you want as well, that allows you to talk about a topic that your audience relates with, and it frames your offer as something that they need. Okay, so far nothing new, right? Cool. So you need to create content and you want to perfect this part. And a lot of funnel builders I talk with, they are so much struggling and they are stuck into how to do this, how to do that. And the truth is, you can do how-to videos, but it needs to relate with something that people are struggling with. Okay? So you want to be able to identify that about your audience. Then they need to feel like, wow, this has saved me a lot of hours. Wow, I wish I knew this before. This is amazing. I'm going to be able to make a lot more money. Or this is what I was missing. So the information that you share should create this effect. Because if it's not, if it doesn't, it's just garbage. It's not going to compound at all. It's not going to be authority. It's going to be growing desire. It's not going to get you more leads or clients. So you need to really study your content, and you need to think about, if I was in my client's shoes, would I feel any of these emotions? If not, how can I make it happen? Then you want to create a reason at the end of the content for people to go find more of what you just talked about and send them there. Okay? So basically, when you see something that you like, what is your reaction? You want to learn more about it. Okay? So that's exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure that whenever you have something that is going to be wow, you have the next step ready for your client. You have the next step ready for your lead. This is super fundamental, and a lot of people don't do this, but you need to do this. Where are you sending your traffic to? How are you keeping nurturing and helping them to keep being in your circle? If you are not doing this, you should start doing this. Then you want to create a reason, like I mentioned, it should be a VSL, YouTube channel, mini course, a community, whatever it is, to keep going in that direction. Okay? So your content gets views and goes to your CTA, and they keep getting into your cycle. But there's more. Okay? These are the first two cycles. You've probably already heard about this. You need to study this. You need to improve this. Okay? But there's two more. Okay? You want to start tracking and building connection, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong. Okay, it's not just about building perfect content. Everything is going to magically appear. As a matter of fact, content alone is not going to make it. You need to have a little bit extra. Okay, you can do something, but you need to have a little bit extra. So you want to create content, that create connections and find opportunities. So you want to create engage bait content, something that people reveal that they are watching. Some people that reveal that they are paying attention. You want to check those who like your content, those who comment. You want to start a conversation with one and two, with this and that. Okay? And you want to qualify them. You want to be interested in what they are building. You don't sell anything. Just qualify, understand the goals, and send a freebie that makes sense for them. Don't sell them anything. Because if you start by selling, you are just like anybody else. Okay? There's always strings attached. It's always to sell something. You just break the relationship there. So you don't sell them anything. All you do is you send a freebie that makes sense for that specific pain point, and then you keep on the loop. So your content goes to conversations, goes to qualifying, goes to free value, goes to tracking. Now you are starting tracking your leads and building conversation. This is important. And this is where sales are made. Once this happens, this is where the sales are made. Okay? So your fruit to clients, they don't know how much they need you right now. So you need to make sure that you remind them every single, cycle, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, etc. You need to remind them, because they're not going to magically buy from you. You would buy from you because you know that you need money. You know that you are good at what you do. You know that your stuff is the service you provide are amazing, right? Is amazing, but they don't know anything about you. So you need to be able to frame them, to put them in a place where they understand that. Okay? You want to send new short videos where you talk about the topic and ask them if they would like to access it, right? So for example, say I have recorded a new 15-minute video or 10-minute video where I go in depth on how to create a lead magnet and all that stuff, automation, blah, 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 right? Is this something that should be interesting? Yes, awesome, done. So now you need to track it as well. So you send it to them and continue the conversation. So you track, you let them know you got something new, you ask if they would like to get access to it, you don't just spam them, and then you start a conversation from there. Oh, awesome, by the way, just out of curiosity, what do you believe will make more sense for you in your business implementing this? Okay, or something like that. Just be curious about what they are building. And then you want to start finding opportunity. What is it that they would like to build? What is their pain point? What they are struggling with? Where do they need more help? Go ahead and do that. When your message connects with their intent, you generate a new book called Opportunity. Okay, so this is where money is made. Okay, so we had 2 steps to start generating opportunities and make it faster, so it compounds and becomes faster. And then you have this one here to actually start making some money. Then you have this major thing. You don't want to forget about your leads, because if you forget about your leads, it's done. Okay, there's a study that says most buyers take 3 to 12 months after the first interaction to buy from you. So don't forget about them after a couple of days, right? Create opportunity, add to the pipeline, follow up every 3 to 4 weeks, and create more curiosity and interest. You need to track your leads. Right here, right? How long does it take for leads to convert? This is from the conversion code from Chris Smith, right? Right here, 3 months, 3 months to 12 months. there's around 95%. That's a lot of it. A lot of money to be made. Okay, so you need to make sure that you are not only focused on these 5%, you're also converting and going for the other ones as well. You create an environment that is going to be good for all of them. I just created, for example, I just launched a group coaching around lead generation, right? And I have at least like 2 or 3 people there that have been following me for more than 2 years. 2 years. And they bought from me for the first time. Okay, so this is amazing. This is a good example, right? Now, everybody is going to have different times. Some people buy within the first month. Some people buy later. So you need to be able to, if you want to grow in a way that looks and feels smooth and effortlessly, then you want to make sure that you have this in consideration. Now, I'm going to have a video on how to put everything in together. This is just the start of it. I haven't created it yet, but this is absolutely fundamental for you to understand. If you don't understand this, lead generation is going to be super complicated for you. You need to start thinking about this. If you want to learn more about this stuff, you want to get really in depth on all this, I highly recommend you to jumping in on my next group coaching program where I go into a lot of detail around here, or just join my funnel house as well. That is going to give you an idea in terms of the funnel building, conversions, and all that stuff, which I also talk about strategy. So it might give you some details there as well. But the most important one would be the funnel growth, the funnel builder growth accelerator, where I talked about this very, very in detail, and I give you a lot of support. So if you would be interested in that, let me know, send me a DM, and I'll get in touch.